Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, my name is Terry, and welcome to my kitchen. Happy Wednesday. Happy World Wide Web Wednesday. Happy Wing Wednesday. We're doing a lot today's Wednesday. It's going to be a good day. Thank y'all so much for joining again. Oh, God, I'm so excited about this episode or this particular day of the show. First, we're going to be talking about some headlines. So, remember last week we started our Worldwide Web Wednesday little situation where we talk about different things from the internet streets. I got a few headlines, a few videos I want to discuss. The Met Gala was just the other day. So, we're going to very briefly discuss that. And then also, there's a video I saw on Instagram. Basically, the girl was saying losing weight is fat phobic. So we're going to discuss that because y'all know I'm all about fitness. I'm all about health. I'm all about losing weight. So yes, thank you so much again for being here. If you are new here, please let me know that you're new here. Make sure you say hello in the chat. Feel free to engage as you like. We got a few people already in the chat. I will address everyone shortly because the first thing we have to do, I received gifts. Y'all know I love opening gifts. So I have some gifts from my Amazon wish list for those that aren't familiar. I have a list of things on a wish list for Amazon just to help the channel grow, things that'll help me cook in the kitchen. So we're going to open those because we got 2 boxes here. Let's see. We got people in the chat already. But like I said, I'm going to say hello to y'all here shortly. Say hello. Let's open these boxes first, though, because we got some gifts. Y'all know I love gifts. Ooh, was it gift wrapped? Okay. Yes. Okay. It says, keep your gift a surprise. Unwrap your present before opening this envelope. Okay, so it's 2 boxes. I'm not sure if they're from the same person. I'm assuming it is. I have no idea who this is from. So first, there's a little card. Ah, okay. And I see the person's already here. It says, enjoy your gifts from Derek Gaines. Let's see what Mr. Gaines has got us, y'all. Ooh! A knife. A knife, a knife, a knife. Yay, yay, yay. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's something else. All gift wraps. Oh, this is so cute. This is so cute. All right. It says, for my favorite YouTuber to protect your hands and to cut that drunken whatever dish. Have a blessed day. P.S. I never ever bought a woman a knife. Well, there's a first for everything, right? There's a first for everything. So, what is this? These are our cutting gloves, and they're pink. Y'all know I love pink. So we got a knife, and we have some cutting gloves because y'all know I cut myself the other week. We got some gifts from Derek Gaines. Thank you so much. He's so thoughtful. I really appreciate it, y'all. The support that I have been getting since I've started the channel has been a little overwhelming. I'm not the type of person who asks for things. I don't all that kind of stuff. So I get a little awkward when I get gifts and stuff. So, but I really do appreciate the support. Thank you so much, Derek. You are very much appreciated. Huge supporter of the channel. So shout out to Derek. Everybody put Derek in the chat. Shout him out. All right. All right. Let me see who is in the building. Let me get this air going because we're cooking our wings today in the oven. Already got the oven on, and it is hot, y'all. I got the oven preheated to 425. So I just turned this down, and why did it? See, the only thing about like technology, these things, they automatically change the temperature. Okay, let me go up. The man of the hour, he's here. Hello, Derek. We got Yvette in the house. Hello, Yvette. Happy afternoon. Good afternoon. Let's see. Craig Lamar is in the building. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Who else we got here? Yes, we love gifts. Glamorous D is here. Thank you so much for joining, Glamorous D. We got Smoke and Talk in the building. What is up with you? Baltimore is in the building. Thank you so much, Smoke and Talk, for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Derek says keep the keep the gift bags. I will. Those are actually really nice bags. So thank you so much, Derek. I really appreciate you. Very thoughtful. We love thoughtful men over here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what? Craig already acted up. Okay, so today we're going to be making wings, y'all. So we are going to be making a new little situation with the wings. Y'all know I love chicken wings. Chicken wings are my absolute favorite. I eat them all the time. Ever since I've been on my weight loss journey, I've always been trying to find different ways to eat or to make chicken wings so that I can still eat one of my most favorite foods in the world. So, we're going to start out with some whole chicken wings. I'm going to cut them up into like drumette situations, and then we'll season them. We're going to be making a honey glazed lemongrass chicken wing. Okay. So it's going to be good. While I'm cutting up the wings, let's talk to Met Gala real quick, y'all. Real quick. So for those that aren't familiar, because I know we have a few fellas in the chat and they may not pay attention to this kind of stuff, but the Met Gala is a fundraising event every single year that they have in New York. It benefits the Metropolitan Museum of Art, costume, or whatever. And they always have like a theme. Every year they have a theme. And this year, their theme was Karl Lagerfeld. And for those who don't know who Karl Lagerfeld is, he was the creative director for Chanel. Chanel is actually my very most favorite designer. I remember the first time I bought something Chanel, I thought I was doing something. Spending money I should have been spending at a very young age. But hey, I love Chanel. He's an icon, or Karl Lagerfeld is an icon in the fashion world. So if you're into designers and all that kind of stuff, you know who he is. So the theme for the Met Gala was Karl Lagerfeld, and they were honoring him because he died a few years ago. And so if anybody's familiar with Chanel, y'all know the aesthetic. Like the think back when Jackie Kennedy wore that pink suit the day that John F. Kennedy was assassinated. That suit, even though it was an American designer, it's literally a copy of like a Chanel suit. So that is what you think of when you think of Chanel tweed. You think of structure. You think of change. You think of, or I'm sorry, not Chanel, but really Chanel and Karl Lagerfeld. You think of pearls, things of that nature. And I ain't gonna lie, per the theme, most of the celebs, they were on point with the theme. Usually with the Met Gala, it's weird because people be coming out. I mean, it's real costumey. So you see people looking wild and crazy, and it's just ridiculous. And most people who aren't really familiar with the Met Gala, they'd be like, oh, this is weirdo stuff. But it really is supposed to be like art and fashion in one. So that's what it is. I see Yvette already talking about it was trash. Actually, I didn't mind the fashion. I actually kind of liked it. I liked most of what I saw. It wasn't outrageous. Some people were, and I'll show you a few pictures just so y'all can be aware. I actually have a picture of a guy, a few guys. P. Diddy was at the Met Gala with Carisha from the City Girls. City Girl got to be at the Met Gala. All right. Chanel does have some very nice perfume and cologne. One of my favorite colognes is Chanel Chance. Oh God, it smells so good. For both men and women, Chanel has great cologne. And for the fellas, make sure you get you some good smelling cologne. Ladies love a good smelling man. And I know some of y'all, I done seen y'all on other people's channels. I know some of y'all used to watch Mr. Kevin Samuels, and he was big on cologne. So make sure you get some nice smelling cologne. Okay. We got Mona D in the building. All right. Before we season our wings, let me show y'all some pictures. Thank you, Mona. Thank you. Had to refresh the color. Getting a haircut this weekend. I have a wedding this weekend to go to. One of my close friends is getting married, and so I wanted to make sure I look my best for the wedding. It's black tie, formal, so your girl got to do it up. Craig says, yeah, I remember. I can't remember what you wore in your last stream, let alone JFK. Men don't pay attention to stuff like that all the time. Derek says, I love Dolce & Gabbana cologne, but I'm going to upgrade to Chanel. Yes, I'm here for it. Like I said. Look at Glamorous D. Given the he says men need at least 3 colognes in your lineup. I agree. All right, y'all. Let me show the fellas one of the guys that was at the Met Gala. Now, I know y'all probably going to look at this like, what the hell is this? But keep in mind, it's real costumey, right? Like, it's giving like medieval times, but real royal. That's what it's giving. So I think this is the dude that's from in that show, Atlanta or ATL. Is that the guy? Is that the show he's in? So this is his interpretation. The fellas, I want the fellas to let me know what they think. As a girl who enjoys fashion and enjoys like the art of it, I think Homeboy killed it. Okay? I think Homeboy killed it. All right, let me show y'all one more person, and then we're going to season our wings. Because Mona said this is a bedspread. It is, but you know, it's art. Fashion and art, they blur lines. And then we got our resident city girl, Carisha. Shout out to Carisha for being able to go to the Met Gala, okay? I think she did an amazing job on her dress. She hit the theme. I'm here for it. Oh, I think Mr. Craig Lamar has another recommendation for cologne for the fellas. He says light blue is the bomb. Look, we're going to make sure all the men are ready to step out. I am here for... Mona said, yeah, that is good. Okay, your husband wears light blue? I think Derek Gaines is not for the fashion for the gentleman. Okay, y'all. So how we're going to season our wings. Let me season the wings and get them in the oven. And then we're going to talk. So the first thing we're going to do for our wings, we're going to use a little bit of the green seasoning. Y'all know I love my green seasoning. There is a recipe tutorial on my channel for the green seasoning. Green seasoning is my all-purpose herb seasoning. No salt, no sugar, no oil. Very, very good when cooking for health. Also, for our wings, we're going to be using some lemongrass because, of course, we're making lemongrass wings. So I use frozen lemongrass. I think this is the easiest way to cook with it. You can get some fresh lemongrass. If you get fresh lemongrass, make sure you peel the outer layer because it is tough. And then you want to mince it very, very small. You want to chop it up and mince it. So I got a few big tablespoons of frozen lemongrass. Put this back in the freezer. Then for our salt, oh wait, before I put the salt in here. Oh, Smoke and Talk says he's editing. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. All right. So next thing we're going to do, because I want these wings to have a lot of garlic flavor. So we're going to be using a little bit of this. Oh, that was a good catch. We're going to be using this salt-free, zesty garlic and herb seasoning. I got this from Kroger. It is a Kroger brand. It has no salt in it, so be as liberal as you like. Also, if you don't have this, you can use any type of garlic and herb type seasoning. Really, any type of way you want to season your wings, you can do that and still, make this particular recipe. The main thing you will make sure you need is plenty of garlic and the lemongrass. That's the main thing. Plenty of garlic and lemongrass. Also, I'm going to be putting in a few dashes of liquid smoke. And just to amplify the garlic flavor, a little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of onion powder. And then for our salt source, not a lot of onion powder. We don't want a heavy onion flavor, okay? For our salt source, we're going to be using some fish sauce. Now, I done told y'all about fish sauce before. You do not have to use this. Honestly, if you want, you can use a little soy sauce. If you are a person who tries to avoid soy, you can actually use a little coconut aminos. That's a nice substitute for soy. We've also used that here on the channel as well. Wait, y'all talking about me? All right. Okay, let me see. Does your green seasoning have cannabis in it? No, it does not. The green seasoning, you will not want to infuse or anything like that. Oh, I need to give me another glove. This one is broken. I would not recommend using or infusing the green seasoning with cannabis. But, I mean, you can always infuse cannabis or some oil or something like that with it. But no. Green seasoning is best to use with everything. All righty. So I'm just going to massage the wings. I got to show y'all this video because the main event, what we really going to be talking about today while our wings are cooking in the oven, is this video I saw on Instagram. So I follow, of course, because I'm in fitness, I follow several different fitness accounts. There's one on Instagram called Black Fitness. I think I've actually been on that page as well. They post different people, fitness influencers, folks that have had transformations. You'll see a lot of fitness people and business owners advertising on it. And then they also post a lot of different videos that are like fitness related topics. Apparently there's this girl on TikTok. There's a video of her talking about fat phobia and losing weight. It looks like it was a reply to this video, was replying to someone from an original video. I was going to take the time to try to find the original video, but honestly, y'all, I'm going to keep it real. What she was talking about in this video was so ridiculous. I didn't want to piss myself off even more. So I said, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to try to find out who she is, her background, everything. We're just going to focus strictly on this particular video. Fish sauce is salty, so make sure if you're going to use it, you don't use a lot. As you see, I just put a few dashes over the chicken. You do not need a lot. Yeah, fish sauce on the chicken, don't get on your hands. That you see, I use gloves. Fish sauce, the smell, it is strong, but the taste, delicious. Glamour's D, been following Joey Swole since the gym incident. Okay, so let me go ahead and show y'all this video. Let me pull it up. Pull up the video. Where did it go? Pull up the video. I'm going to reserve my comments until after we watch the video together. Hold on. They're trying to start the video already. Pause, girl. Okay. Okay. Here we go. All right. So
I'm leaving that 0.01% in case I am.
Hold on 1 second. I want to start the video over, so give me a minute. Let me refresh. We're going to refresh. We're going to start the video over because I want y'all to hear the whole video. Because, yeah, y'all just got to hear the whole video. Y'all got to hear the whole video. Uh-oh. Give me just a moment, y'all. Struggle streaming. Give me a moment. All right, let me get it back up. Sorry, guys. Okay. Here we go.
If you exercise and happen to lose weight, that is fat phobic. I'm not saying if you start a medication and you happen to lose weight, that is fat phobic. I am not saying that if you're going through any type of, illness and that is altering your body in some way, that is fat phobic. I'm saying when you are intentionally exercising to lose weight, altering your diet to lose weight, doing any activity intentionally to lose weight is fat phobic. And the reason why is because you are intentionally attempting to make your body smaller to fit into what narrative? The narrative that smaller is healthier, even though we've already discussed why that's not true. I know there was another comment on this video that said something along the lines of, when I'm lighter, I don't have as many issues with my mobility. And that may be a correlation, but it doesn't necessarily mean that extra weight is a causation, especially if you are not in care of somebody like a physical therapist that is specifically certified or has previously practiced physical therapy with a fat body. And I say that because as a personal trainer with a fat body, I know that movements impact people differently based on their body size, type, shape, mobility, a million things.
She just contradicted herself.
Pretty much no. There is no time in which intentional weight loss is not fat phobic. And that's just kind of the way it is. I'm going to say 9.
All right, y'all. Let me get her off the screen because I don't want to look at her no more. All right. So I see a few people in the chat having their opinions already. Tasha Robinson is in the building. Thank you so much for joining, my love. Thank you so much for being here. So, like I said, we're going to bake our wings. I have my little stone baking dish here. I'm going to go ahead and add the wings onto that, to the dish, and then I'm going to put them in the oven. I have been preheating the oven for, the oven is preheated rather to 425 degrees. So we want this to be cooking at a high heat. That'll have a nice little crust on the wings. Not too much. I didn't add any baking soda or anything. If you want baking soda on the wings, you can do that as well. That'll help it have like a little, somewhat of like a little coating as if we fried the wings. That way, when we make our glaze or our sauce, it would stick even better. But this particular it's a glaze, so it's gonna stick to the wings no matter what. And then, yeah. So, all right, y'all. Losing weight intentionally is fat phobic. That's a loaded comment. All right, let me put this in the oven. All right. I'm going to put these let's start with 30 minutes. We'll start them in the oven for 30 minutes and then we'll go. All right, y'all. So is losing weight fat phobic? Is losing weight fat phobic? Let me see what y'all got to say. Mona's listening. She got her ear out. Glamorous D said, this girl done lost her damn mind. Child. Look. I'm going to play devil's advocate for a few minutes, okay? Just for a few minutes. Thank you so much for the compliment. Really appreciate it. So, yes, this is gold. So, okay. We know, because we've discussed on this channel before, that most people, when they have comments about folks that are overweight or obese, or however you want to classify it, most people are not coming from a concern about their folks' actual health. They're really more commenting on the aesthetics of it all, right? We've all talked about that, especially when people are like shaming folks like that. I never think there's ever an okay time to talk mess or to criticize someone or make fun of, I'll just say it like that, to make fun of someone because of their weight. I don't care why they're big, whether if it's laziness, whether if it's a health condition, whether if they eat everything in the world, whatever the situation is and why they're heavy, I don't care. It's personally, I don't think it's ever a time that's appropriate to make fun of someone that is big. And honestly, the reason is it's because like you more so doing it because you're an asshole. That's really what it is, because you're really not helping that bigger person see the error of their ways. You're not. As someone who was once very large, over 320 pounds, I could tell you there was no amount of fat shaming that you could have done to me that would have made me decide to lose weight prior to me making that decision for myself. So you will always hear me, no matter how many times we have this conversation. We're going to have it lots of times because this is what I do. And I'm trying to get everybody to be healthy. But no matter how much, you will always hear me say that people have to make the decision for themselves. They have to be ready. Losing weight is a mental situation. It is a mental process. It's all mental. It's just like any other goal in life. You have to be in the right mindset to be able to achieve that goal. It's going to take a level of sacrifice. It's going to take a level of discipline. It's going to take some type of financial resources. And it's going to take some energy, some real effort to lose weight. We know that, right? And so people have to be in the appropriate mindset to be able to accomplish that. So again, no fat shaming. No fat shaming. I'm not here to talk bad about people. However, I don't think it is inappropriate for someone who actually knows you, who sees your life and where you are and how you move and what you're doing and what you're eating and all of those things. I don't think there's anything wrong with a friend or family member telling you like, hey girl, you know, I've noticed that you picked up on some weight. I've noticed that you haven't been working out. I noticed that, you know, things are changing for you physically. Is there anything going on? Like, are you stressed? Like, has your eating habits changed? Have you stopped losing weight? Like, whatever it is, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because just like everyone says, real friends are going to tell you about yourself. Real friends, if somebody truly loves you, they're going to, you know, help you in love or give you advice, criticism in love. It's the same thing with weight. But unfortunately, we're in a situation where, or we're in a society where everybody is super, super sensitive about weight. Everyone is super, super sensitive. I mean, and I get it. I get it. I was once a very big girl. At the end of the day, I was fat, y'all. I was a big girl. So like, I know the sensitivity of the topic. I get it. But at the same time, like, at what point do we say enough is a damn enough? Okay, look, I'm about to get mad. I'm gonna start cussing. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. See, in Dave or Theo's chat, I will cut loose. Because of you, Terry, I'll be classy, but I feel it coming, so forgive me. Hey, y'all can say whatever y'all want to. Let's just not shame people, because we know, like, but honestly, whatever your opinions are, just say it. I may or may not bring it up on the screen, but you can say it in the chat. They shamed the hell out of Adele when she lost weight. And see, that's a good point. That is a good point. See, this is the thing that I have issues with, because we'll be quick to be like, body positivity. You want to support people. You want people to be confident at whatever size. But the moment someone decides for themselves that they want to change their body, they want to change the way they look and their lifestyle. Now you talking about, oh, you getting too small and you're shaming them now. So which one is it? Do we want people to be happy in whatever body they are? Do we want to celebrate bodies no matter how big or small they are? Or are we just want to pacify people who are too lazy to get up off the couch and actually work out? We want to pacify people who are too lazy to get in the kitchen and actually cook food for themselves that's going to be nutritious and that's actually going to be good and positive for their digestive systems and all of their other systems in their body. Are we pacifying, or are we really talking about body positivity here? This is the thing that I have an issue with. Let's see. Kaya says, hello. Thank you so much for being here, Kaya. Thank you. You love the hair. Really appreciate it. Just got it recolored. Glamorous D said, this chat is PG. Theo and Dave's chat is NC-17. Yes. Keep it classy, y'all. Keep it classy. Y'all, I appreciate the fellas. Y'all, I see y'all in people's chats, and y'all know how to act when y'all get into the ladies' chats. But when y'all in the fellas' chats, y'all be going in. Okay? Y'all be going in. Especially in Theo's chat. Derek says, I remember when I lost about 200 pounds over the summer. Congratulations. Wow. 200 pounds? That is amazing. Shout out to you. I lived with my father on a military base, so I did the military lifestyle. When I came home, they thought I was on crack or had HIV. You know what? When people lose a whole lot of weight, folks do be looking like, what in the heck? Now, see, I never got anybody who thought I was sick because I lost a bunch of weight, because I was always very vocal about my weight loss journey. So people knew I was in the gym and all that other kind of stuff. I would post what I was eating and things of that nature. I've always been one who liked to share in that way. So never really had people like question my illness status or my health status in that way. But people do like to talk mess. They do. I remember when I really was lean, I would get a lot of women who'd be like, oh my God, I want to lose weight. I want to get fit. But I don't want to have arms like, I don't want my arms to look like a man, or I don't want to have like real, what would they say? Real defined arms and muscular arms. Like, I don't want to do that. So I don't want to work upper body and all that kind of stuff. Literally looking at me, y'all can see me right now. You see it, right? When I was leaner, I looked like I was about to knock somebody out. I'm gonna keep it real. Okay. However, that's how God made my body. I ain't took no steroids. So are you body positive or not? Because if you're body positive, how are you talking mess and making insinuations about how my body is naturally? I lost weight and discovered I had all this muscle on my body. Okay. But you shaming me and you talking about, oh, I don't want to look like that. And then on the flip side, and I'm going to keep it real petty right here, because I've always said this, and I've said this on social media. I'll say it here as well. Not everybody, when they lose weight, gonna look like bodybuilder, okay? Because not all of us have the level of muscle on our body to even look that way. That's number one. And then number two, the average woman who's coming from 300 pounds, when she lose weight, her arms probably ain't gonna look very defined anyway. I'm just keeping it real, especially the way that people hold fat on their body. So don't do that. Don't shame other people, even when they trying to do something good for themselves, because you are insecure. Because in my opinion, a lot of that comes from insecurity. I don't care what nobody say. That comes from insecurity. Let's see. Tasha Robinson says, people want it both ways. I always wonder what the world would be like if people truly mind their business and not speak negative on others for their weight and health. People do want it both ways. People do want it both ways. And that's the thing that kind of bothers me. It's just like, you want to say, and I'm about to hit this point that so in the video, let me pull this down. So while I discuss this, for our sauce, we're going to be making a sauce, or our glaze. I'm going to have some ginger. We're going to have a little ginger, and we're going to have a little garlic. So I'm going to grate some garlic with my microplane into this bowl, And then I'm going to use my garlic press for a few small little garlic cloves that I have to kind of make a paste like out of the garlic. And then we're going to use that to start our glaze for the wings. So she said something that first I want to debunk. Okay. So I will say this. Just because your body is smaller or just because someone has a smaller body does not automatically mean that they're healthy. There's a such thing as being skinny fat, just like there is a thing of being fat. Okay. Like, let me stop saying the word fat for they flag my video. But so yes, just because you're in a smaller body does not automatically equate healthy. There are people who are smaller than me, and I know for a fact they are more unhealthy than me because of how they eat. So nutrition has a lot to do with it. Habits have a lot to do with it. Diet and exercise mean a huge deal in terms of health. But it doesn't mean that you're automatically healthy just because you're small. And it doesn't automatically mean that you're unhealthy just because you're larger. However, there are certain factors that play a role into your health status. How you carry your weight, how your weight or your body fat is distributed ties in a lot to your health status and what you could potentially be causing to happen in your body. So for instance, I want to say the last time we talked about, I think on Fitness Friday, because there was something that I mentioned and we were talking about like how your body is distributed with fat. So there's a such thing called visceral fat. Visceral fat is basically, long story short, the fat that you see accumulated in people's body in their midsection, basically where most of your internal organs are at. Yes, we do need a level or a certain level of body fat that'll be different depending on each person. So everyone has body fat. Everyone has a layer of body fat between their skin and their abdominal muscles. Once you start accumulating like a lot of fat in your body, you'll start to see people with big bellies. And I have suffered from this as well. Once you start seeing folks accumulate a lot of fat in their midsection, that means they have a high level of visceral fat. That visceral fat is in or and around in between your internal organs. Once you start having a lot of fat around your internal organs, it now causes your body to work extra hard to do basic functions that you need done every single day so that you can survive. Why would you not want your body to work extra hard every single day to perform basic functions so that you can survive? Because just like a car, if you work it too hard, it can break down at one day. Okay? So I don't want to hear it when people say, oh, it's okay for you to gain 100 pounds. It's fine. Just do a little walking or whatnot. Like, there really does become a life or death health situation when you start to accumulate a whole bunch of body fat. Okay. Let's see. Being overweight has long-term health problems. I should know, my weight has been up and down for, yes. The blue collar gent, thank you so much for being here. I'm not sure if you've been here before, but thanks again so much for being here. He says, hello all. I think when larger women who champion happiness being big, then trick all the sisters and lose it all. So there's been a lot of talk about stuff like this. Of course, because I've been a big girl. I was a big girl for a long time. I followed a lot of plus size influencers. I'm going to be pressing my garlic. A lot of plus size influencers. And I've seen over the years how many of them went from plus size champions to now they're losing weight because we're all 35 plus. And we already know once you start getting older, the body starts breaking down. You can't do the same thing you used to do. And now you start to see a lot of women losing weight, no matter how, whatever form of, whatever tool they use, whether it's diet and exercise, surgery, whatever, they're all like, oh, I got to get healthy. I need to lose weight. I'm starting to have high blood pressure. I'm starting to have high cholesterol. I'm type 2 diabetic or on the cusp of type 2 diabetes. My mobility and things are affected. That's another thing she said in the video that I'm like, girl, how you call yourself a personal trainer and then not going to say that extra weight doesn't affect your mobility? I can tell you from If you got a big belly in front of you, is it easy to bend down and put your shoe on? No. You got a big belly sitting out in front of you. Don't you realize how much that's going to affect your equilibrium and like your body weight distribution, and that's going to affect how you get up and down? I've literally watched clients come inside of the gym, and once they start moving their bodies, getting acclimated to exercise, moving around, they're eating better, they start to see things change. They might not see a huge difference in their weight on the scale. However, they do see differences in how their clothes are fitting. So that means their body is recomping. You're losing fat and gaining muscle. I have seen it with my own eyes, the transformation in mobility and stability that diet and exercise can do for you. Literally reducing a level of body fat is helping, because the weaker your muscles and the more fat you're gonna have on your body, the more strain on your joints. Once you start straining your joints, then what? Now you can't move how you used to. So I don't even know what she's talking about. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know why she's on the internet. Those bodybuilders are so different in what they do and eat. Yeah, you know, I am not a professional bodybuilder, but I have been in that arena since I've been on my weight loss or my health and fitness journey for the last like 3 years now. And it is a different world. I will admit it is a different world. Bodybuilding, just because you see somebody bodybuilding, I won't say they're completely unhealthy, but bodybuilding in the sense of competitive bodybuilding is not necessarily healthy. There are a lot of things that have to be done in order for you to make it to the top. There's a lot of people that have to take PEDs, which is performance enhancing drugs, things of that nature, taking hormones like testosterone and things of that nature. And because of that, they have to eat in a certain way. And a lot of times with those really strict diets, you're restricting a lot of things, causing you not to be able to get certain micronutrients and things of that nature. So it can affect you differently. You will see a lot of people who are bodybuilding like focus on natural bodybuilding, because that is a thing. It does take longer. It takes a lot more discipline and work, because you're not going to see the results as fast, but it is possible to build a body naturally. However, you have to be realistic with your progress and your goals. And honestly, that's with anything. And that's the thing that I have issues with. Like, I'm not saying everybody has to be a size 2 and every man has to have like what's a small waist for a man? What, 28, 32, something. Not everybody's going to have the tiniest waist. Not every man's going to have a 6-pack. Not every woman is going to have a 6-pack and toned legs and all those types of things. No. But we would be doing a huge disservice to ourselves if we make it seem like being bigger is not negatively affecting our health. We are. All right, so I got my garlic and ginger paste going. For our wings as a garnish, we're going to be using some green onions. So I have a few green onions I'm going to chop up. Muscle is more dense than fat. So you will see let's see. Let's just use this as an example. Let's say this is a pound of fat, right? Let's say we got a pound of fat. We're going to have the differences here. So they both weigh a pound of fat and a pound of muscle. But it will literally be a situation where this is a pound of fat, this is a pound of muscle. So in order for this much muscle will be maybe like 5 pounds as opposed to 1 pound of fat. Fat just takes up more space. That's what it is. So muscle is more dense and condensed. So like you'll have more muscle on your body, but you can be leaner. That's why you have people in situations where, bodybuilders, for instance, they do a lot of recomping of their bodies. You'll see a situation where they've lost 10 pounds of body fat, but they've gained 5 pounds of muscle. So there's not really much difference on the big scale, the bigger number. You haven't seen a difference, but their bodies look completely different. This is how you manipulate your body to make the changes that you want with diet and exercise. It's possible. You don't have to take drugs to do it, but that's just my little rant when it comes to muscle and fat and how much they weigh. What are your thoughts on CrossFit? It's an option to work out. I'm not a CrossFitter. I'm not going to down it. I know people have had nutrition clients in the past that have done CrossFit. They like it. Personally, for me, I'm not a big person on CrossFit. Like a lot of the lifts and stuff that they do. Personally, I think that you need to be at a certain level to really be deep into CrossFit, because those are difficult lifts. They do a lot of clings and not everybody can do every lift, every type of lift. You can cause problems, you can hurt yourself and things of that nature. So I think that CrossFit is cool. I think that you need to, if you want to do CrossFit, either have already been in the gym and familiar with weightlifting and all of those things, and more like at an intermediate level, as opposed to someone who's a beginner, because not all CrossFit coaches are going to make sure that you safely get the lift correctly. They don't necessarily focus on form, and we don't want to hurt ourselves. All right, so I'm going to cut up these green onions. Let's see. We got 9 minutes left on our chicken wings. We're going to check them, see what they're doing. I know Derek is going to say I need to be using the gloves. I'll use them. I didn't even think just that fast. All right. We just need some nice green onions to garnish our wings with. Let me and feel free to answer any questions or ask any questions. I'll be answering questions. So yes, back to Miss Fat Phobic. Losing weight is fat phobic. I really just want to understand the psychology behind this particular phenomenon, because how do we get here? That's always my question. Like, how do we get to a point where like we really are saying or discouraging people from losing weight? What's wrong with wanting to be smaller? Is there anything wrong with that? Is there a problem with wanting to be smaller? And again, we know that being smaller doesn't necessarily mean you're healthy, but there is a correlation between the two. We're not going to sit here and act like it's not. But the correlation is not always guaranteed. It's not always finite. It's not 100%. However, if you go to the doctor and they say, they say, Terry, your blood pressure is high. If you cross over this particular marker, now we have to start with medication. So what is the first thing I'm going to do? They're going to tell me you need to control your diet. You need to reduce the level of sodium that you're eating. You need to make sure you're eating whole nutritionally dense foods. The byproduct of that is going to be losing weight, because the way we were eating to begin with was a byproduct of, or us gaining weight was a byproduct of us eating a certain way. So it's a correlation between Look, I see y'all in the comments already. There's a correlation between how you eat and what you look like. I don't care what nobody say. Unless you have any type of medical problem, for the most part, if you're eating healthy, nutritionally dense foods, you're moving your body consistently, you're going to see a difference in how you look. I don't care what nobody say. I won't say I blame Lizzo. I will say I blame that movement, because I don't think it's necessarily Lizzo. As a girl who was in the plus size community for so long, this whole body positivity, people being fat phobic situation, this stuff has been manifesting in the plus size community for a while. It has been manifesting for a while, long before Lizzo became popular. So I can't even blame her. I really can't. I think that now Lizzo has been propped up to be like a mascot, so to speak. And it is not to slight Lizzo. I'm not a Lizzo fan. However, I realize that I personally feel that she is being God, what is the word? I don't want to say marginalized, but I feel like they're just using Lizzo. I can't think of the word. It was on the top of my head. I feel like they're using Lizzo to push a narrative, and I don't like it. Lizzo is constantly on the internet crying. Well, first she'll be like, kiss my fat ASS, and y'all gonna see my fat ASS here, and FAT this and PHAT that, and I'm fat and I'm proud and all that kind of stuff. Be happy who you are, because I can tell you, just because you lose weight don't mean you're gonna be happy. So I understand having confidence, but I also understand like delusion and like being real with yourself and holding yourself accountable. And I think that Lizzo sometimes, not all the time, but I do think that there is a level of trying to play a role with her. I think that she really just trying to fit this mold. People talk more about Lizzo's weight, her outfits, and her antics more than they talk about her music. That's a problem, and that's for a reason. Because unbeknownst to most people, Lizzo is actually extremely talented, but we don't focus on her talent. We focus on her weight because that has been the main issue, because she is pushing a narrative. Sorry, y'all, but contrary to popular belief, America gains when people are big, okay? The healthcare industry gains when people are unhealthy. The number one cause of death for Black women, actually, you know what? I'm going to show y'all. All right, let's see what else. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to Google, and I just want y'all to see it. Wings are almost done. And then we're going to check them. And then we're going to start our sauce. Everything contrary to what I'm doing nowadays is fat or is phobic. Oh, so bad. All right. Let's see. Huh. Let's see. Here we are. You see what I typed at the top, right? Number one cause of death for Black women. Here we are. Number one cause of death for Black women, heart disease and stroke is the number one killer in women, and stroke disproportionately affects Black women. Importantly, Black women are less likely than Caucasian women to be aware that heart disease is the leading cause of death. Y'all, one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about health and Black women is because both my maternal and paternal grandmother died of heart disease or died of complications from heart disease. Both of them were heavier than they needed to be. I'm just going to say that. We don't have a history of, as far as I know, there's no history in our family of like heart attacks and things of that, of like, DNA history of heart disease in terms of like, people having open heart or holes in their heart or like things that you're born with, heart conditions. No, it's literally brought on all of a sudden later in life after eating a certain way, not moving our bodies, that they develop these conditions. And it went downhill from there. Both of my grandmothers died of heart disease. Now, can you suffer from stroke and heart attacks and heart disease because of stress? Absolutely. But guess what? What's one of the first things that people do when they're stressed out? They eat. I was just Googling to find out, and several other articles popped up, which shocked me even more. Oh, wait. Here we go. I missed this comment. I read an article maybe a month ago that says going to the gym, working out, and eating or losing weight is rooted in racism. That's interesting. Historically, Black people in mass weren't really that, outside of athletes, it's never been a thing for Black people to be in the gym like that. So I'm really confused at, I would have to see that. You know what? If Tasha, if you don't mind, send me that article. Send me that article because I want to read it, because I want to talk about it one day on the channel. I would love to talk about that. Oh, all right, y'all. Let me show y'all the wings. We about to make our sauce. I'm gonna, you know what, StreamYard? Pull up my other camera. Here are our wings. They're already looking nice and golden brown. I'm gonna go ahead and put them back in the oven while we make our sauce, our glaze rather. All right. So first things first, turn on our handy dandy cooktop. Shout out to, since we acknowledged a gift today, shout out to the wish list supporters, Mr. Craig Lamar purchasing this cooktop from my Amazon wish list. Feel free to check it out if you want to support the channel, okay? Let's see, while that's heating up, let's see what Derek has to say. I just don't blame Lizzo. If she wasn't famous, she'll be just another fat chick. I blame the people for wanting to be unhealthy. They'll get sick and die. Hey. Comedian Monique say the same thing. Then she lost all that weight because she got older. And see, this is the thing. You'll start to see a lot of people, not just women, but a lot of people in general, because I will be honest, and this is a good thing. One of the reasons why I like sharing my health journey is because I've had people in my DMs, literally folks that I haven't seen in years. I haven't seen them since I graduated college or since I was in high school, not college. Literally women that I have not talked to since June 2003. I have seen in my DMs telling me that I inspired them to get healthy. Men that I have not talked to since I lived in East Cleveland, Ohio, decades ago, reaching out to me, telling me that I inspire them. Men asking me because they see how I lift and all the kind of stuff, asking me about getting into the gym and like asking me advice and people who they should talk to get into the bodybuilding situation. Like, so I enjoy seeing that I am able to influence folks in that way. And one thing I've noticed, as most of these people that are saying these things are getting older. It seems like when we hit a certain age, our bodies start to change. I swear, once you turn 35, then you wake up in the morning, you start to feel a little bit different. Okay? Feel a little bit different. I'm going to start by putting, oh shit. We got our ginger and garlic in here, garlic paste. Look, you start getting older and woo, things change. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of the marinade from our wings in here as well, because we want all of that flavor. Kind of get that cooking. You want prefer to use a non-stick pot because you don't want to burn any of the garlic and the ginger, but you do want to cook it so that it's not so harsh on the wings. It'll kind of dissolve a little bit inside of the sauce. So what we're going to do for our liquid source to help with the glaze is we're going to use some chicken broth. I actually didn't have any chicken broth, so I used a chicken bouillon cube or chicken bouillon powder, and I dissolved it in some water so that I can reduce the level of saltiness. I didn't use the chicken bouillon with the water, the same measurements. I actually used less chicken bouillon because I wanted to not make it salty. Y'all know I'm big on how much sodium I'm eating. So that's about a cup. Turn it up so it can kind of get heated. All right. But yeah, I will say, like I said, I feel like people start to notice differences in their body 30 plus, especially 35 plus. And so that's when you'll see not only just famous people, but just regular people. Look at your life. Look at people that you see really starting to focus more so on health and fitness. Unfortunately, I don't see a lot of young people that look like me focusing on health and fitness. So anytime I have a young girl, one of my clients, I love her to death. She's a young mom. She's a single mom, but she's a young mom. She's just 30. She has 2 kids. She's doing well for herself, but she knew before she started coming to me before she turned 30. She recently turned 30, but I remember one of our first conversations, she was just like, I'm getting older. And she was like, I can see how me carrying around all this weight is not helping. It's affecting how I'm able to, interact with my kids. And I want to be able to be here for a long time. I told her, I was like, look, one of the best things you can do for yourself is to get healthy now. I wish that I really was serious about my health 10, 15 years ago. Okay. Because my life would probably be completely different. There's so many things that improve in your life when you really start to focus on your health. And this is why it makes me angry when I see videos like this, because not only are you discouraging people from like focusing on their health and doing things that's going to be beneficial to their health, you also might be stunting people with growth and development overall. Like so many things changed in my life when I really started to accomplish this lifelong goal of getting healthier. And I realized that if I can do this, I can do dang near anything. Yeah, these wings looking good, y'all. Derek says, so did my mom and grandmother and my brother pass from heart problems. Yes, heart disease is a huge issue, and it's not just for Black women, also Black men. Black men have a high rate of stroke and heart attack as well. And yes, stress has a lot to do with that. I personally feel like it's a combination of stress, lack of diet, or poor diet, and lack of exercise. Never in the history of mankind is it a bad idea to eat in a way that's favorable to your body and to move your body often. But apparently, it's fat phobic. And to be perfectly honest, I'm going to say this. Let me come over here. Let me take this off. I want y'all to hear me, and I want y'all to hear me well. If losing weight means that I am fat phobic, okay, I'm just going to have to be fat phobic. Because I know the differences between being 320 pound Terry and the difference between being when I'm not 160 pounds today, y'all. But I know the difference between 320 pound Terry and 160, 17% body fat Terry, okay? And I can tell you there was a world of difference. Y'all, some of the things that I can do now versus when I was larger is mind-blowing. The fact that I can stand on one foot and not tip over right away, the fact that I can actually balance my entire body weight on one leg and hold some weights, I couldn't do that when I was 320 pounds, okay? The fact that I can lunge without my knees feeling like they're about to break, I couldn't do that when I was 320 pounds. I could barely squat when I was 320 pounds. I could squat, but barely. All right, so for our sauce, we got this going on a high heat because I do want this to reduce. So I'm actually going to wait till this reduces a little bit more. Before the glaze, we're going to be using honey. We're going to use a little bit of lemon juice. I might put a few sprinkles of soy sauce, but I'm going to taste it first before adding that. We're also going to use a little bit of brown sugar swerve. This is the brown sugar substitute that I like to use. Y'all know, again, I like to cook and eat for health. And so one of the ways that I do that is by reducing the amount of fat and sugar that I'm intaking so that I'm not getting an excess of those two things. One of the other ways that I like to cook and eat for health is make sure that I am prioritizing protein. And one of my most favorite proteins, chicken wings. So that's why y'all gonna always see me making some chicken wings. Yes, chicken wings are a little bit more fatty than, like, let's say chicken breast, but guess what? We also need to intake a certain level of fat every day as well. If you're being very strict and you have very specific goals that you're trying to reach in your journey, definitely want to get to the point where you're counting calories and macros. That's another live, y'all. But that's when you can be strict. I don't necessarily cook on my channel for people that are being very strict. I just want to show you how you can change your thought process when it comes to eating and cooking for health. It doesn't have to be bland and boring. You can have some interesting recipes, fun recipes, things that taste very good, all of that, right? It don't have to go away. Let's see. Derek Gagan says Craig is the man. He is the man. He bought this, what is this? Cooktop. Shout out to Craig. Let's see. You saw me flip the huge tire over. Yes. I love working out. I love working out. I just don't understand, like, homegirl. Like, how do you... Now, she did say that, like, if you diet and exercise and happen to lose weight, that's not fat phobic. But, like, don't get me wrong. Of course, you're going to lose weight. I mean, of course, you want to diet or you want to eat healthier and you want to exercise for health. But let's keep it real. A lot of people, the catalyst for them focusing on them losing weight is because they've recognized, oh, shoot, I've gained a bunch of weight. I need to change this. All right. I really want this to reduce some more. Let's check on our wings. Oh, y'all, these look good. All right, let's go. So I'm going to put a few tablespoons of honey. Use whatever honey you can. However, I will say it is beneficial to get you some raw, unrefined, organic honey. You can get the store brands. They don't necessarily cost a lot. All right. We're going to also add in, no, we're not doing drunken wings today. We are not doing drunken wings today. Maybe on Friday. I'm going to also put in a few tablespoons of brown sugar swerve. I see Karen has made it in the building. Thank you so much for joining, Karen. Today we are talking about a video. I'll actually show the video one more time for those of you who may have joined later. All right. So I'm just going to let this hang out here. Let it kind of reduce some more. This pot is big. Uh-oh. I shouldn't have did that. I'm going to make this a little bit spicy, so I'm going to add in some Korean red pepper flakes. If you don't want to make it spicy, you don't have to make it spicy. It is not required, but y'all know I like a little spice, so we'll do that. I'm going to show the video one more time just for context, and then I'm going to, while the video is playing, I'm going to get our wings out and get them ready so we can dip them in this sauce. All righty. So this is what we're discussing here. All right.
9.9% of the times, if you are intentionally losing weight, it is fat phobic. I'm leaving that 0.01% in case I am truly, truly wrong, but I don't think I am. And here's the reason why. I'm not saying if you exercise and happen to lose weight, that is fat phobic. I'm not saying if you start a medication and you happen to lose weight, that is fat phobic. I am not saying that if you're going through any type of, illness and that is altering your body in some way, that is fat phobic. I'm saying when you are intentionally exercising to lose weight, altering your diet to lose weight, doing any activity intentionally to lose weight is fat phobic. And the reason why is because you are intentionally attempting to make your body smaller to fit into what narrative? The narrative that smaller is healthier, even though we've already discussed why that's not true. I know there was another comment on this video that said something along the lines of, when I'm lighter, I don't have as many issues with my mobility. And that may be a correlation.
All right, I'm gonna stop the video because she actually kind of pisses me off. She kind of pisses me off when she says this, because now she's talking about she says there might be, but then it's like she's contradicting herself. Anyway, that is what we're discussing today, is losing weight intentionally fat phobic. I'm sorry, I disagree. I strongly disagree. She's entitled to her own opinion. Apparently she's a personal trainer. She said that in the video. Shout out to anybody who's willing to let someone who talks rubbish such as that train them. But hey, people do all type of stuff with their money. Alrighty, so I am going to go ahead and put a little bit of Korean red pepper flakes in my glaze because I want it to be a little bit spicy. I'm also going to add a little lemon juice. I did take a taste of the sauce or glaze prior to or while we were watching the video. I like the taste, but we're going to add some Korean red pepper flakes to balance out the sweetness. And then that lemon juice will give a nice little acidic undertone, as well as also bring out the lemon flavor, because we did use lemongrass to season our chicken. All right. So let's taste our sauce. Ooh, y'all, that's good. That is good. I am going to add in a few dashes of soy sauce. Just a few. Add a little umami flavor, a little nice heartiness, earth tones, that saltiness that we need, that we love. Sweet and salty. Am I the only person who likes sweet and salty? I love sweet and salty. I love the combination of sweet and salty. Derek says this chick is dumb as trying to be not. I understand. She is in the video. She says she's a personal trainer. Like I said, I was going to go and try to find out more information about her, but I just couldn't do it. Veggie is in the building. Greetings. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being here. All right. So today we've talked about, is losing weight intentionally fat phobic? We talked a little bit about the Met Gala too, because y'all know I love fashion. Losing weight intentionally is not fat phobic. And if people consider that it's fat phobic, then you know what, y'all? Let them consider it being fat phobic. Like, at this point, I don't care. I don't care. I do not care what anybody has to say. I don't. I'm not going to let people bully me. I'm going to use they terms. You're not about to bully me to stay large, okay? If I want to lose weight to fit a narrative, so be it. People do drugs. People have sex. People make all type of decisions that we don't necessarily agree with all the time. And so what? Okay? So what? Hello, Brian Mason from Smoke and Talk Podcast. Thank you so much for joining. I think Mona D is going live tonight. Mona might be, if she's still in the chat. Kettle corn, sweet and salty. Yes, that sweet and salty taste, y'all. Let me taste my sauce again. Oh, it's getting glazed up. This is what we want. Woo, baby. This is nice and different. I can use a little bit more heat, to be honest. Let's see if I got some red pepper. Actually, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't. Let's see. What type of seasoning can we add? Oh, I don't see the seasoning that I would like that's going to add. Oh, here it is. This is optional. I just want a little bit more heat without adding like salt. So I'm using, this is this Jamaican spice grill, Jamaican island or Jamaican style grill spice that I got from Kroger. It has some good flavor in it. And it also has a little spice in there. And I love spice, as well as the sweet and salty. That set it off. That set it off. Health is important. Mona says she might be going live, y'all. So check her out. Mona, drop your link in the chat. Chex Mix also has that sweet and salty mix. It's real good. Yes, I love Chex Mix. Chex Mix is a nice, good snack to eat. If you are on like a health journey, I would recommend Chex Mix because it has a lot of whole grains in it. So it's some good healthy carbs. Some of the Chex Mix might have, like if you make it yourself, you can make some that has like a nuts in it. So you get some healthy fat, good fiber, all of that kind of stuff. But also always, y'all, make sure you're prioritizing protein in your diet as well. Try to eat protein at least every meal, every big meal. And if you can incorporate protein in your snacks as well, that's even better. All right, so I'm just adding the wings to the sauce, to the glaze. Add them all up in here. Let's take this over here. Y'all know I love me some wings now. And just roll them around in our glaze. Yes, this looks absolutely delicious. See, being healthy is not boring. It is not. Y'all see, we used real whole foods, whole ingredients, nutritionally dense foods, okay? We got some protein. We got the fat from the chicken, so we'll have some fat there. We used some honey, so a more natural sweet source, as well as a natural sweet alternative to brown sugar. We got a little citrus in there, some nice herbs and things of that nature. If you want to make this a whole meal and not an appetizer, you can add it with some a salad, some type of green on the side. We're definitely going to be tossing, or we're going to garnish it with some green onions. Y'all, this looks absolutely delicious. Let me unplug this. We are done cooking our wings. Ooh, this looks so good. Yes. Just toss them around there some more. You can actually put the wings in the sauce and the wings, or the glaze and the wings, into like a bowl and toss them that way. But y'all know I ain't doing all that. All right, let's plate. Just gonna put them on my favorite little wing dish. Arrange them any type of way. Y'all know I like to make sure the food looks nice and appetizing for y'all. Shout out to the ladies who like to cook for their men. Make sure you make the plate looking nice and scrumptious. Or even the fellas, the chefs out there, the fellas who are chefs, You want to cook your lady a nice little meal. This would be great for like date night for you and Bae. Indoors, y'all gonna have an in-home date night. Maybe y'all gonna Netflix and chill, have you some wings, make you a little drink or something. You can be like smoke and talk and puff on a little something, something, you know. This will be a nice little snack for those who, you know, the munchy folks, those who indulge. We're accepting here on my channel. I live in Arizona, so people do everything out here, y'all. People do everything out here. I didn't realize how prevalent drug use was until I moved to Arizona. And I'm not just talking about Mary Jane either. I'm talking about that white girl. Y'all know what I'm talking about? All right. Let me clean off the plate, add our little garnish, and then I will show y'all the finished product. This looks delicious. Ooh, y'all know I love me some wings. You can garnish it with anything, but since we have somewhat of a Asian flavor because we use some fish sauce, we use a little soy sauce. Lemongrass is definitely prevalent in like Vietnamese cooking. This is why I have a huge container of that frozen lemongrass. We got our ginger, our garlic. All right. Y'all, these wings look so good. My daughter is going to be so happy about these wings. She loves wings just as much as I do. All right. So let's get our garnish together. Okay. Oh, yes. This is so cute. This is my favorite part, not just because I get to eat, because I am greedy now. Look, I know I'm big on being healthy and all that kind of stuff, but your girl like to eat. Okay, so I'm not anti-food. I don't believe in super restrictive diets, although I will admit, if you do have a particular goal, you will have to be a little restrictive. You'll have to make some sacrifices if you know, but that doesn't mean you have to completely go away with your favorite things. All right, y'all. Here we go. We got our honey glazed lemongrass chicken wings. Isn't this delicious? Here, let me put it big on the screen so y'all can see. Yes. So yummy. All right. Let's get a picture. Let's get a video. And then we're going to taste. All righty. Yes. Mona is reminding us. Make sure y'all like the video, y'all. Like the video, please. That helps get me in the algorithm so that people can find out where the best party on Insta or YouTube is. The best cooking party that you can be at. All right. Let's do a little picture here. Oh, baby. These. All right. Let's go. Little video. Oh my God, y'all. I'm so ready to eat. Look, I've been keeping it kind of light. This week, I have a wedding to go to on Sunday. And I'm trying to make sure that I look decent in this dress, okay? All right. All right. So let me taste, and then I'm come to the comments, see what y'all got to say. All right. Get a paper towel. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm a flats girl. Y'all know that. Shout out to the people who like the flat. Shout out to the people who like the drums because that lets me have more flats. So shout out to all the people who love drums. Here we go. Oh, damn. These are good. Look, I got stuff falling. Y'all, these are so good. You have to try this recipe. You got to try this recipe. So, to go over what we season these wings with, we started out frozen lemongrass. We had some garlic and herb dried seasoning. We had our green seasoning, which is my personal seasoning that I make. For the people who may not have been here, or if you're new to the channel, I use green seasoning a whole lot in my food. And let me pull up my other camera so y'all can see. So I use green seasoning a lot in my cooking. It is a herb-based, salt-free, sugar-free, oil-free seasoning. I use fresh herbs, grind them up in a food processor with some white vinegar, and then store it in mason jars. It can be frozen. It can stay up in the fridge 3 to 4 weeks at a time. Honestly, once you use it once, you can use it on protein. You can use it on vegetables. You can use it on potatoes. You can use it in sauces. You can use it in rice dishes. Y'all, I use green seasoning all the time because it allows your food to have so much flavor without any additional fat, without any additional oil, and without any additional sugar. So it's an amazing, amazing cooking for health hack. It is an all-purpose seasoning. So make sure you check out that video on my channel, the green seasoning tutorial. That's a huge contributor to most of the foods that I cook on this channel. Also, what else do we use? We use some fish sauce. Then with our glaze, we got chicken broth, honey, brown sugar. We added some spices. Y'all, it's amazing. Blue collar gent. Let me find out you be cooking, huh? It is like sofrito. So green seasoning literally is something that you find a lot in Caribbean and African cooking. Every country, especially Caribbean countries, are going to call it different. So in Puerto Rico, you'll find sofrito. In Haiti, you'll find epis. In like Jamaica and Trinidad and all of those more when you think Caribbean countries, most of them just call it green seasoning. Same thing in West African countries as well. It's very similar. Each country they'll add or subtract different ingredients. I've kind of developed my own version of green seasoning by looking at other people in other countries make it. I've developed some things that I've seen from African cooks from Ghana and Nigeria, as well as the cooks that I follow on YouTube that are from the Caribbean, and kind of made my own thing. And y'all, I use it on so much fried baked chicken, fried fish. I put it in spaghetti when I make spaghetti sauces. Anytime I make like a rice dish, when I make rice and peas, a Jamaican style rice and peas, I use green seasoning. Any Caribbean meat that I'm making, I'm seasoning with green seasoning. And also in American dishes, you can use green seasoning. So y'all, I'm plugging this particular tutorial because I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference in your food. It really incorporates a lot of natural herbs and aromatics. And so your food is just going to be bomb. Let's see. Brian Mason says, for the family, I do 4 types of wings. Let me know the types of wings that you like to cook. Yes. Make sure you check out this one. Yes. Derek, go ahead and check that out. Glamorous D, you like boneless wings? I'm not a boneless wings person. I'm wings with bones. I like traditional wings. Like I said, flats are my favorite. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Kaya. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Veggie. Appreciate y'all. I can add the ingredients. I will. I've been lazy about my recipes, so thank you. I will add them. I'm not taking a picture. I don't have on a dress today. All right. Selena says, listening while driving. Thank you so much, Selena, for joining. Y'all make sure y'all check out Smoke and Talk podcast here on YouTube. Brian and Selena, they're a couple. They're part of the Smoke and Talk podcast, so make sure y'all check them out. Blue Collar Jen says boneless wings ain't wings. I said it. I feel the same way. Boneless wings are chicken nuggets for adults. Okay. But Glamorous D, we love you over here. You be on the lives. You're a huge supporter. So you know what, my dog? I will always support you. I'm not gonna talk mess, but boneless wings are just chicken nuggets for adults. Okay. Oh my God, look who's here. Thank you so much for joining, Marquisha. Shout out to the East Cleveland EC gang. Y'all, that's one of my childhood friends, childhood best friends. Okay. Squeegee Kids, salute. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so for those of you who were not here in the beginning, I had some gifts that I unboxed. Before we leave, I'm going to show them again because I need to shout out the gifter. Gifter. Is that a word? Did I make that up? Is that a word? Okay, so I unboxed 2 gifts. So for those of you that don't know, I do have an Amazon wish list. I actually got this idea from Maggie, the substitute teacher. She's also a content creator here on YouTube and also a part of the Lead Attorneys Mastermind. Love Maggie. Love her to death. Huge supporter of my channel, and I'm also a huge supporter of hers. And one of the things that she has on her channel, like I said, is an Amazon wish list for people to support you. Whatever you buy off the wish list, I'm using it in the kitchen. That's a lot. Wish list. I feel like I got a lisp. Okay. That's a lot. Anyway, so the 2 things that Derek got us, I'm actually going to open the knife because I didn't open it in the beginning. So y'all see me cooking and chopping and I chop up everything with y'all. Y'all see me cook for real from scratch. I needed a new knife. So I was like, you know what? I'll add that to the wish list. All right. He got us a nice little knife. We'll be using this on Friday. I don't know where I'm cooking Friday, but we can be chopping it up. And because Derek is such a thoughtful man, he's so nice and so generous. Because he's a thoughtful man and he wants to make sure that I don't cut myself again on camera, because I did cut myself on camera before. I got some cutting gloves, y'all. Pink is my favorite color, so I definitely went ahead. These particular ones, they have like grips inside of them as well, if you can see. So this will help protect my fingers when I'm cutting so that I don't get any injuries. So thank you, Derek Gaines. We've had a few people purchase things off of the wish list. Squeegee Kid has been one of them, as well as Craig Lamar. So we definitely appreciate y'all around here. Y'all are supporting the channel like crazy, and y'all, the channel is growing. I am currently just shy of 1,100 watch hours. So after this video, probably in 2 days, on Friday, we'll get an update to see where I'm at. I am on my way to monetization. We need 4,000 watch hours to get monetized on YouTube. So we on our way. And you know why we on our way? Is because of y'all. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Let's see. One more time for the wings. And then we're going to be gone. For those that might have been here a little late, here are our wings. Our honey glazed lemongrass wings. Look at them wings, y'all. I'll be sure to put the ingredients in the description so y'all can see them. Super easy recipe, very tasty. The man, the kids, everybody gonna like them. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining. I know we had a great topic today. We had a great discussion, a little bit about the Met Gala, and then we also talked about this crazy video saying that losing weight intentionally is fat phobic. No, it is not. Do not let anyone deter you from doing what you know is best for you. It's really easy for people to sit on the internet and have these wild, outlandish comments about things like this, not knowing your particular circumstance. You know what it was like for you to be in a smaller body, and you know what it's like for you to be now. None of us was born 300 something pounds, okay? So we gradually got there, and you can gradually get back to wherever it is you feel is best for your health. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the people. Thank you so much, Derek, again. Shout out to all the people prioritizing their health. Glamours D says it's a lot harder to get monetized on YouTube than it used to be. Affiliate on Twitch. Yeah, it's not as easy anymore to get monetized, but I'm on my way, y'all. It honestly usually takes people over a year to be monetized, and we are trending to do that well under a year. So I appreciate y'all so much. I can't say thank you one time for the one time. I can't say thank you enough. I feel like I wish there was another word I can say. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Derek is silly. All right, y'all. Thank y'all again so much for being here. I will see y'all on Friday. Again, I'm going to go live on Friday. Feel free to reach out to me with any suggestions on food you'd like to see me cook, as well as suggestions on topics. Also, if you are someone who is struggling with your health and wellness, if you need some direction on where to go and what to do for your health and wellness journey, I am a personal trainer, for those of you that don't know. So I'm a personal trainer and a fitness coach. So I am here available. I do offer both in-person and virtual services. So go ahead and check out my website, www.mysexyandstrong.com. Yes. See you shortly, Miss Karen, in the gym. We getting it today. What's today? Today, Wednesday? Leg day. All right. So yes, y'all. Siri said it's Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. So again, thank you so much. If you want to reach out to me, feel free to reach out to me on my website, www.mysexyandstrong.com. You can find me across all social media, My Sexy is Strong, Instagram, Facebook. Those are my main two. I'm even on TikTok and Twitter. All right, y'all. Let's see. Thanks again. I will see y'all on Friday. Y'all have a good rest of your Wednesday. See ya.